Mortgage insurance. That is today's topic on the Mainstream Mortgages podcast. My name is Derek Vandell, and again, I'm always joined here with my co-hosts, Peter Paley and Colton Boudreau. So, what we offer our clients is the Manulife Mortgage Protection Plan. This is mortgage insurance. But Peter, can you just give a general explanation of exactly what that is?
Yeah, for sure. So the Manulife Mortgage Protection Plan is creditor insurance. And I think one of the main misconceptions is that creditor insurance gets mixed up with your life insurance policy. And really, they're two separate products. So what Manulife does is they offer life and disability coverage. And what that'll do is if you have opt in for the coverage, which we strongly recommend that in the case of one of the borrowers passing, the entire mortgage will be paid off in full, including the penalty. And should you become disabled, your mortgage payments will be paid up to a period of 2 years. And that's usually principal, interest, and your property taxes.
Right. And so this is the Manulife Mortgage Protection Plan. This is what we offer our clients. Colton, do other banks or do lenders or do even lawyers or any of those people offer different insurances as well?
Yeah, so I'll just start with the banks first and foremost, is they do offer this kind of insurance, not the same, but with them it's attached to the lender, right? It's not attached to you, the individual, it's attached to the lender. So then with that being said, you can't take this mortgage insurance with you like you can through MPP. When it's through the bank, it's a unit, it's a sale, typically speaking, and it's with the bank, so it's not portable, and you can't. It's just done if you were to switch or refinance or move your mortgage in any capacity, you don't take that insurance with you.
And Peter, what's the importance of having portability with your mortgage insurance?
So what a lot of times, or a lot of times we see in our day-to-day job is somebody isn't happy with their financial institution. They may want to look for a new financial institution and move their mortgage, but then they find out that maybe they don't qualify for any other insurance, or maybe they've had an illness, or maybe they are on disability and they're kind of stuck at their lender. And I mean, you can still pay out your mortgage and move it to a new lender, but now all of a sudden you may not have life insurance coverage, you may not be eligible anymore, or you may have pre-existing conditions that prevent you from doing that. And
At the very least, just sorry, I don't mean to
yeah,
cut you off, but yeah, at the very least, I think the you'll be older as well. So when they
I was just
underwrite
gonna
your
say that,
insurance,
like
oh, sorry.
when I was in my 20s, yeah, it was a couple bucks every payment, so it was a no-brainer. But now that I'm 50, well, almost 51, it'd be really, really expensive for me to go get a brand new mortgage now and pay the premiums for my age. So one of the biggest benefits of portability is when you're not chained to the lender who's offering this to you. And um, if you are porting it with you, your previous age and premiums you're paying gets blended into the new one. So it'd be way more affordable than applying for brand new credit protection insurance, say with one of the big banks.
Absolutely. And so kind of just changing gears a little bit here. In the process, Colton, where in the process does somebody sign up for the mortgage insurance? Is it right at the beginning or at the very end, or can they do it whenever? Can you explain that?
Yeah, so typically we have this conversation up front as soon as they start the mortgage pre-approval process with us. We basically outline that we will be presenting Manulife Protection Plan and the benefits of it. So at the time of an accepted offer, or if we're switching your lender or your mortgage to a new lender, sorry, we then send you the document and just go into more details about, you know, it's free for 30 days, money back within 60. We recommend, as Peter mentioned, you take it up front and then figure out if this product is for you, because that's totally okay, right? And it's better to have coverage instead of not having coverage in the event something, bad would happen. So at that time, we recommend you accept it, and you can have an MPP agent reach out to you to discuss the benefits further or other options, or if this is right for you, right? So um, it's kind of an ongoing conversation throughout the whole entire process, I would say. So to pinpoint one, one stop wouldn't be correct. But the main time we do go through the application is at the time of an accepted offer, or when we submit and get your file approved with a different lender.
The one thing I'll kind of interject there with is that sometimes we'll offer the MPP and the client will take it because we recommend it, obviously, and the 60-day free look period is pretty much a no-brainer there. But
Hmm.
the lender also offers mortgage insurance, right? So a lot of the time the client might not even understand fully what they're signing at the lawyers, and they might sign up for that the lender's insurance as well as the MPP. So I would just try to say, kind of look out for the different insurances that are being offered to you. This could also be confused with mortgage default insurance, right?
Hmm.
So just be aware and ask the right questions. What type of insurance is this? Am I already covered for this or not? All that kind of stuff. Um, so Peter, you mentioned that the MPP, Manulife Mortgage Protection Plan, is life and disability insurance. Can Do you have to sign up for both of them, or can you do one or the other? How does that work?
No, this is a really unique feature from Manulife actually, because most lenders are going to offer life insurance, but then to take any additional insurance, you usually have to take the life. The disability insurance from Manulife can be purchased 100% as a standalone separate product. So that really sets it apart in the industry. And I also wanted to mention the flexibility of Manulife MPP because if you are a couple and maybe someone has extra lots of insurance and one doesn't, you can also take it on one spouse or the other spouse and then sort of mix and match. And if you're finding that the cost is maybe a little too high, Manulife also offers reduced coverages of 75% and 50% of the total mortgage amount. So it can help you really fit your budget a little bit better. And I think it's a really, really important product because I'm going to say this to anyone who's watching, and especially to other mortgage professionals in the industry. You never want to be the person who didn't protect your clients when tragedy strikes. Unfortunately, I've had that happen now 6 times in my career over 30 years. And I mean, you just don't want to be that person. It's the worst feeling in the world knowing that you could have maybe just pushed a little bit harder or insisted or explained the benefits a little bit better to get someone to get coverage, um, so that someone doesn't have to leave their family home or sell it and move out with their kids and whatever. Like there's some really tragic stories out there from people not having proper coverage.
Yeah, and some of those experiences that you've had with that period, Peter, all those happened within the 60-day free look period too, right?
Well,
Well, not
for,
all of them, but some of them did, right?
four of the six never even moved into their house. So,
Right.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer to take the 60-day free look period. I know a lot of people they don't even want to bother because they don't want to have to cancel. A lot of companies make it hard to cancel the insurance. I can speak from experience. I did it for my own mortgage. I took the MPP and I decided I had to cancel it for my wife. I still have it for myself, but canceling it for my wife, it was very easy. She just had to be on the phone with me, and they didn't even really ask any questions. They didn't make it hard. It was quick. I wasn't on hold forever. So anyway, moving on from that, what, how does Manulife deal with health, like not health, sorry, mental health illness related
It's
insurance, Peter?
I'm glad you really brought that up because they're one of the very few insurance providers in the country that has a mental health benefit as part of their disability coverage. So even if our clients aren't taking the life insurance, this mental health benefit can help you pay your mortgage off in the case of a mental health crisis. It's probably one of the most utilized provisions of the insurance for all disability claims at Manulife. And with such a, I don't know, like a emphasis on mental health, probably in the last 5-ish years, like we're really starting to learn more and more about it, and to have this protection on your mortgage is just so humongous, and what a benefit. It's crazy for the cost to ignore it.
Absolutely. And that's part of the disability insurance, like you mentioned. What are the other like important features of the disability insurance, Colton? Like who really benefits from that disability portion?
Yeah, so it's statistically proven that throughout your life, most people, I shouldn't say most people, sorry, but you're not going to experience death. You're going to experience a disability through your working years, right? So I think it's super important, and it's a really cool feature of this to have you covered if you were to face a disability, right? Because the expenses continue, but if you don't have coverage, like how are you going to take care of yourself and or your family, right? So having this in place, I think, is super a cool feature. And if you're self-employed, it's even better, right? Because if you're unable to work as a self-employed, like ourselves or a realtor, whatever it might be, again, those expenses will pile up and you're covered. Like it's a no-brainer in my opinion. And especially Peter noted when you're young, it's cheap. So I just can't reiterate that, just be open-minded to it, right? Like maybe you don't think it is for you, but having the conversation with us, an MPP individual, like it's, you should like 100% recommend it.
Can I
Yeah,
jump in there? Do you mind if I
yeah,
jump in there?
go ahead.
And I
Absolutely.
think, like we get a lot of objections because everyone thinks this is terrible insurance and this isn't very
Yeah.
good. And I have insurance through work and my brother-in-law said, and all these different excuses. But I mean, at the end of the day, those people aren't going to be there when you need it. Even if you have insurance through work, whether it's life and disability, you're only getting a portion of your income paid. And if your short-term disability goes to long-term disability, you're going to get even less money. So, like, just think about how your household budget is now. So, if 30% of your income goes away, and then maybe another 10 or 15% of that even goes away, like, how are you going to make your mortgage payments and your property tax payments? Like, it's crazy to think, like, I mean, especially in this environment where we're all feeling the pinch on inflation and housing costs and mortgage rates and everything, like we're all feeling it. Um, Not building this into your budget is just completely like crazy to me. Like it's crazy for someone not to have this. And, there's a old expression when you're selling insurance and someone says, well, I can't afford it. Well, if you can't afford it, you can't afford not to have it at the same time. Like
Mm.
you're probably the person who needs it the most if you think you can't afford it. And for a few tweaks on the household budget, like I think it's really important, really important.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, but you make it sound like everybody should take MPP specifically. Is that the case, or is it not for everybody?
It's pretty much for everyone. If you're eligible for it, you should probably really explore how you can make it work, whether it's partial coverage or full coverage. Maybe if you have like you're buying a house and you're putting a mortgage, but you have like $1 million in the bank or something, maybe you don't need it. But at the same time, even if you're insured through work, I mean, we've seen it where someone has passed away, they make their life insurance claim through work, and then that takes like 6 to 8 months to get the money. Well, how are you paying your mortgage off in that 6 to 8 months? Like, wouldn't it be better if someone passed away? Manulife pays out your lender the three, four, $500,000, and then you can have no pressure. And then when the life insurance benefit does come, like that's money that you can make sure your kids can go to college with, or make sure that your house is repaired, or that you can live on. I mean, when my friend's son passed away, she needed to take a year off work. Like it was so mentally tragic. Like having insurance is like so important. Like nobody ever thinks about it. Or we also hear sometimes, oh well, if I die, they can sell the house. I'm like, well, excuse me, but you've borrowed 95% of the value, and if you should pass, you'd have to pay realtors fees, legal fees, whatever. Like, how much is going to be left? I mean, if you think about it, you have some small kids and you want them to go to university, like you should be putting 50 to $100,000 away by the time they get to that age and to be able to do that. Like that's just for education costs. Never mind your final expenses, day-to-day living, and income replacement. Like you have to replace your income. If you're a household of two and you have two incomes and one goes away and you can barely afford the house now, like what are you going to do when an income goes away? You're not going to just sell the house. You're going to have to go live somewhere. Like it's just all these like little things nobody thinks about. And it's really important to just even build that cost in for a short period of time. Like you guys know that we recommend a consultation with a life insurance advisor that we do for all our clients, and hopefully they get the right information to make sure that they are covered. Because when I was doing financial planning, the main foundation of your financial plan is having proper insurance. It's just the way it is.
Absolutely. And I'm also glad Colton mentioned how the disability benefit really helps out self-employed borrowers because a lot of self-employed people, they write it down their income as much as possible to, not pay as much income tax, obviously. And that means that they won't qualify for much of any kind of regular, term life insurance or sorry, disability insurance. But because Manulife MPP is creditor insurance, it's based on your debt, not your income, right? So it's very good for self-employed individuals for that as well. Um, I mean, those are basically all the questions I had. I know we could probably talk for quite a while about all the different ins and outs of this topic, but if you guys have anything else that you want to interject, anything?
I just feel like I should have did a better job stressing that portability option because it is going to give you more options in the future if you do need to change lenders or you do want to move from one house to the next house. And I think it's probably one of the most overlooked things when you're dealing with your bank or credit union is if you
Yeah,
are taking this insurance, like it kind of sticks you a little bit because when you move, you're either going to have to give it up because it really is truly too expensive, or you never really thought about it. So having a portable product that's going to be more affordable in the future is something, just another great reason to use mainstream mortgages and a mortgage broker. It really is.
absolutely. Anything, Colton?
Yeah, I would just like kind of allude to being open-minded about it. Even if you think you're young and you're healthy, you're the healthiest you are today than you're ever going to be, probably in most cases, right? So we're only getting older. Our health's probably only going to decline. So why not sign up for it now? Well, if you're a first-time home buyer and young, it's cheap. It's a no-brainer in my opinion. So if you don't think you need it or should have it, we always just recommend talking to an MPP agent and discussing options and then making an educated decision to move ahead.
Yeah, the last thing I'll mention is that this video or this podcast does not constitute as insurance advice at all. If you do want insurance advice, I'd recommend you speak to a licensed life insurance agent. If you want a referral, we can provide a referral for that. And if you want mortgage advice as well, you can always talk to us at Mainstream Mortgages, great rates at mainstreammortgages.com. And you can call or text us at 431-482-2187. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.